Well, in the very beginning, nobody watches. Why would they watch me instead of someone else? I think 90% of YouTubers are introvert nerd, and most of the time you're like, my corner, it's bad, and then it's good, and then it keeps going well. It's not like that. It's really like...
Do you think a lot about all the things you should do on YouTube?
Will you keep doing it if it never works?
Ariel and I met at the biggest LARP in the world, and that clearly wasn't a time or place to talk about YouTube. But I knew I had to bring her on the channel, because she's one of the most authentic creators I know, inviting us into her workshop every single week and somehow still making it fun. Hi, my name is Valentin, and I'm trying to figure out what it takes to succeed as a YouTube creator today. So I had to ask Ariel how she keeps creating even if the algorithm is never satisfied. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'm curious, when you said it took you 2 years to actually start the channel, what kept pushing you forward? Like, why was starting this channel, why was documenting your creations so important to you that you finally then did it?
I think that was the main goal, was not even doing a channel. It was finding a way to share the process, because I thought that I had so many things to say, well, at least to show, because I've been doing costumes and a bunch of different things for many, many years. So I had accumulated knowledge, even like tons of little things that I wanted to share. And you couldn't do that on Instagram with pictures. Also, I never really liked Instagram. That's what kept me just going.
I look back at your videos and it's just like, it seems like what you wanted to make worked from the beginning. Yeah, like you published it, there was an audience and people enjoyed what you were doing. Is this actually the case, or was there a phase at the beginning where nobody watched, so to speak?
Well, in the very beginning, nobody watches what you do, of course, because first of all, it's not great. But the subject, I always thought it was interesting because it's just costume and sewing. This has always interested a lot of people. It's more like, how can I make it interesting for others? Because I have the knowledge, but if you don't present it to people in an interesting way, I mean, you're competing with the whole of YouTube and Netflix and everything, every media available. So why would they watch me instead of someone else? Also, I've always loved being some sort of clown. Like, I've always loved making people laugh. So being weird on camera and finding those who were interested, and not most people in your life who are like, what is that? But with the internet, you can find those who are like you. You can connect. And also, I think I have a big advantage because I am doing my channel in English, but I'm French. And usually English speaker, I mean, it's like a little exotic thing. You know, it's a little plus thing that I have already. I mean, I'm French all the time. It's already there, so I might as well use that.
Yes.
And also, I love making fun of French people, so I try to do that. I try to push that, and it's, I don't know, it's fun. It's part of the lore. You're building like your world building on your channel, and my world building has croissant and cheese.
Yes, the humor is a big part of what makes your channel so entertaining and so watchable. There's two questions. First of all, short question on the like introvert to extrovert scale. Where do you see yourself?
100% introvert.
Okay.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think like 90% of YouTubers are introvert nerds, because you will be on your own all the time, at your house, spending so much time on your computer, consuming media, but also editing and stuff. They're all nerds. Let's be honest. They're all nerds. So I have to garner all the energy I have to just be wow on camera. And it's only like 15 minutes that you see. And most of the time you're like, my corner. No, I'm joking. But, yeah, it's edited. The editing also is a way of expressing myself. Because I could make the exact same project, but in a very serious manner. I could try to make them more beautiful or even like romantically sad or something. But I choose to express it in a more friendly humor way while giving you the same information. So,
And you said at the beginning that you knew nothing about filmmaking, about cameras, about how to edit.
no.
How did you develop this style that you have now?
I think I'm kind of a sponge that absorbs everything that I'm seeing, and the things that I really connect to, I want to convey them. Sometimes I just see, I don't know, a movie, a video clip. I'm like, oh, this thing, I can do that. And I do it obviously in a super low quality way compared to the original or what inspired me. But still, it's like I'm taking I'm not inventing everything. I'm just making something out of everything that I see. So it was a lot of obviously YouTube channels that were doing these different things, but also comedians and some things that I saw in movies but it's like you pick up little things from the media that you consume.
Going a little bit further in your evolution as a creator, as a YouTuber, in the beginning, the videos were bad. Nobody was watching. When was a point where things shifted for you? What did you do something different? Did something happen in the world? Where did you notice that people were really there for you and were like just there every week for you?
I think the content that I posted from the start had something. Mm-hmm. It was not very good, but from the start, I had stuff to say. So there were people. It was growing very slowly, like very, very slow, but it was growing. So it was, I don't know, giving me hope for the thing that I'm not doing something too bad. And then I made a project from the Wheel of Time series. And at that time, there was this creator who's awesome, Bernadette Banner. She was making a dress also from the Wheel of Time. And YouTube, the algorithm connected the two videos. So that got me a lot of traction at the time. And after that, I could also connect with Bernadette. She actually contacted me. And I was even in her video and we just could talk about a project which was fun. So that was the part where I turned, like my channel got monetized and it has gotten like, it turned into something, okay, this could be really something that I can turn full time. So that was the inflection point. And then this kind of thing can happen anytime with any video because I don't know. Yes, a big creator that you connect, but also maybe an event or maybe sometimes just a video goes super big for, sometimes I don't even know, but, it's not like it's bad and then it's good and then it keeps going, well, it's not like that. It's really like, and you can never project anything. You never know what's going to happen. Maybe you go viral. Maybe all your video will tank and you don't know. Like people who go online and say, you have to do that, and boom, you go viral and you can make millions of dollars. No, they say, no, they are lying. There's no secret recipe. Otherwise, everybody would do that. I don't know. So I just witness the things happening. I try to do my best all the time, and see where the pasta sticks to the wall. Is it? You throw spaghetti on the wall and it's, yeah, but you never know what's sticking. I know things that might tank, really. I know some types of video, that like the core of my community, they will enjoy because they really like me, but like the casual people, they're not really interested, which makes sense. So I know some of my videos before I post them, they're not going to do very well, but between good and very good, I couldn't tell you.
I'm curious to hear more about the videos that you post just for your core group of people.
The ones that constantly do bad are vlogs for me and things that are too outside of my niche. For example, I did things that are very much video games And I don't think it's like most of my audience is there. I think like a princess dress, an amazing princess dress will be the ideal for me. So the further I go from that, the more people I will lose, which makes sense because they are subscribed for my fun sewing. Also, like the home renovation goes really well. I thought it
Mm.
was going to be a bad idea, but actually it's doing really well. When I think about it, it makes sense because I guess more people might just paint their wall a fun color than making a stupid dress that looks like a cake or something else that I made. They enjoy looking at it, but it's not really speaking to them. Whether home decor and stuff like that, maybe people can more see themselves doing that.
I do want to get into complicated, expensive dresses in a moment. But before we get there, I want to dig a little bit deeper with the videos that or the vlogs that are not going to do so well. How like how do you feel about them? Do you like do something to prepare, or like is it just like you accept that they're just gonna get whatever half as many views? Because there's this whole like roller coaster of being on
Mm.
YouTube, and do you have any ways of managing it? Basically, is what I'm asking.
No, I mean, I didn't have the worst burnout, but I've had several burnouts because when you're doing that, you are putting your whole heart into it. Like it's your creativity, it's your passion, it's your, I don't know, something you're very interested in. And also it's only you and you make all the decisions and there's no list of things that you have to do and things that you don't have to do. So you're constantly questioning everything that you do and you have all of that and to make it good and for YouTube to be happy, but also you have to stay alive. You have to keep your spark and you have to not burn out. So it's like different things that you have to make peace with. So at first it used to make me really sad when I would do a video that does bad, but now if I feel like I want to put it out, I would do it anyway. And if I'm not super passionate about it and I know it's not going to do well, sometimes I just say, okay, I'll just do this thing and not film it. And sometimes I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a better solution to just not do it sometimes.
Mm.
But it's hard. It's a hard thing to navigate, to just decide on everything, why you are doing what you do and what people would like and what the algorithm would like and what your bank would like. And it's, you have to juggle
Mm.
all of those decisions.
Yes, there's a lot of different forces pulling when you yeah when you put yourself out there like that, and kind of your success is tied to an audience. Um, so I think maybe that's a good point actually to talk about the impossible dress that you made, um, because at least from my perspective, it is very much a project that you did because you wanted to make it. That was just a passion project. But then you brought your whole community into it to create scales so you can make a dress. Can you tell me a little bit about that, how that went, and how the community reacted to you proposing something to them, like this huge project?
Okay, so the dress that you're going to edit there is the Mugler Chimera dress. And it has always been my favorite dress ever. When I look at my very early mood boards, it has always been there. And I had made big dresses before, so I thought maybe I just do one more. But I saw other people doing community projects. And I thought that was very interesting because when I started to make calculation on how much time it would take me and researching how this dress was made, I realized that it would take me years to make it. So it wouldn't be, I mean, I can't spend a few years on one project on the channel. First, I would go probably crazy, and also it wouldn't go very well for the format that I was making. So then I thought, since the dress is covered in things, I can maybe outsource this and make it. And how can I make it fun for the people doing that? It worked much better than I expected, maybe a bit too much, because I didn't realize how good the idea was, because each scale, people could do whatever they wanted. At first, I thought it was a good way to use little scraps of fabric, because everybody who sews, they have a ton of little scraps of fabric. So, but I didn't realize how the concept of that could be that every little scale was kind of a canvas. Mm-hmm. That people could just express whatever they wanted. Some people did beads, some people just embroidery, some people painted, draw. I didn't think about that at first, but now I realize how interesting it would be for someone to just say, oh, I like to do this little thing, and then I will send it. And also for the people to think that their little thing would be part of a big project. I don't know, like actually being part of a big community project is also like a push, and it probably made the people who participate feel very good. And also I have a lot of scales left. I'm going to use them. Don't worry. I'm not forgetting about those. So yeah, it was, the whole project was very, very nice. And it was much bigger than I thought. I made one video just sorting the scales. So I didn't think I would get so much out of it and make it like a whole journey thing.
Now, it just makes me really happy to hear that a community can come together and make an ambitious project like that happen.
Yeah.
But it also very much shows the limitations of when you're working by yourself, if you're like the sole creator of a thing. This whole process of making something, making a thing, and documenting at the same time. I've tried that a handful of times, and my brain cannot handle it. Like, I can either focus on the filming or the making. So I'm kind of curious. You're nodding along. So is this also a challenge?
Yeah, it's one of the biggest challenge when you are making something, because you have to think of the thing, about all the problems that implies, but also you have to think about the camera. You have to change the angles, and you have like is your workshop filmable? You have to clean stuff. Is there maybe an envelope with your address or your dirty socks in the corner? How do I look? Do I look good on camera? Sometimes I'm like hunched on my project like this, and I feel like I don't want people to look at me like that. And sometimes I work in my pajamas, and I'm like, do I want to show my pajamas in the whole world? So it adds up a ton of things, and I think it's making the progress that you're doing so much slower. I used to make a lot more things before YouTube, and now it's making like filming it just maybe doubles the time. I think it's a lot of brain power to be thinking about all those things at the same time. And also, how do I make it fun? Sometimes maybe I should make a joke here. What music am I gonna put there? Oh, the cat is doing something. I should film that. Maybe I should film the sky for transition between this project. Oh no, I painted the thing, but now it's drying, so I have to start on this, but I have to think that I have to put the video back so they don't get confused. It's a ton of different things, because there are a ton of different steps, a ton of angles. It goes over a lot of days, and it's making it much more difficult to do. And I think I was able to do that because I was very good at, well, it's a bit pretentious, but I'm very good at sewing. I know what I'm doing. So I'm not struggling constantly for most projects. Sometimes I am when I try new things, which could be funny. But in the beginning, I was confident enough in my skills that I could show them. So the struggling was more the filming than the project themselves, But if someone has to do all at the same time, they have to have big brain to do that.
So do you do much planning for the filming, for the talking aspect of things, or is it just like I do the thing and everything else happens?
No, it goes how it goes, depending on the project. The only thing is that usually I try to make an intro explaining a little bit what's going to happen. So, secret, I film my intro at the end of the project because the project usually changes a lot. So if I would do the intro and that I'm making this, and in the end it's completely different, I think I want the thing to be understandable from the beginning. So usually I film the intro, so the project is already done, so I kind of know what to say. So I write not the whole text, but I write basically how to present the project. But the rest, no. Or if I do voiceover during the videos, because sometimes I'm very tired, and usually you can see at the end of the project that in the construction, I don't show my face anymore because I'm just like in the tunnel of I'm making the thing, so I'm not talking anymore. I'm just doing the thing. So usually I do voiceover if there's explanation needed, and that I just do it. I don't write it. I just when I edit, I have like my microphone. I'm like, oh, I did that because blah blah blah, and keep editing the video.
And for the intro part, do you think a lot about all the things you should do on YouTube to get people to watch, or is it just a more natural process?
Yeah, I do think a lot about that, and sometimes I think a lot and it's fails. So sometimes like the quickest ones are the ones that have people staying more. So I try to make my intro less and less now, because if people want to see a project, they're here for the project. They're not here for just my face doing something. So I try to have something nice in the beginning. That's why I write it, the intro, because it has to be to the point. So I do that in the beginning. I try to put a acceptable face on. Sometimes I put, I don't know, I try to have a fun outfit, or I put makeup. I try to like have something nice to look at right away. And then, okay, let's go. Let's do the things. When in the end of the video, you see me with greasy hair and pajamas, and I'm like, which is also funny in a way, but I'm just,
it keeps you relatable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I present nice at first, and then I'm like, okay, you've seen nice? Okay, bye.
The other thing I kind of want to come back to is you said one of your advantages that you have an English speaking channel, but you are French. What compelled you to do that? Because you could have just also made a French channel or a French channel and an English channel. How did you decide to do that?
I had to decide from the start, because you cannot like switching languages is just a good way to kill your channel, I think. But I knew there was an audience in English because I saw other channels that were successful. So I knew it existed. And also I don't think my channel would be the same if I were speaking in French, because I don't think there is that many people who would be interested in my stuff and the way I do this stuff. So there's this. I think there's the cap, if you are speaking in French, would be much lower. So I'm like, how can I reach 100 million if there's only 60 million people in France, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going that far, but you see what I mean. And also there was the part where I was kind of scared to speak in French because it was too personal. You know, it was at the beginning, just already being on camera, I was sweating so much, like, hi, I was writing, hi, I'm doing that. It was like super, like, it's almost cringe to watch that, the first videos. So it was already hard to do that. And I thought if I spoke in French, it would be even weirder. Like I'm even more naked, you know, even more raw on the camera. So I thought at least speaking in English, it would be a sort of barrier between me and the internet, kind of. And also if I got famous in France, what's happening? Am I a star in the street? Whether now speaking in English, even if I had millions of subscribers, I would probably never be recognized when I'm buying bread or anything. So it's a sort of, at least it's outside of this country. So, and also I wanted to practice more English. So I thought, let's just speak to this black box and I will get better in English.
I find that a very interesting answer, because that, debate about which question should you start a channel is quite frequent amongst European creators because of that market size. But a lot of people say they feel more comfortable speaking in their own language. But I find it very fascinating what you said, that it's like, it gives you a little bit of distance. It creates, I don't know, like a different personality that can be on screen. So
it's definitely more comfortable in French because I'm obviously better in French. I can speak much faster. I'm not searching for my words, etc. But it was a sort of fear, a sort of fear of the camera at first. So I could even, it's like a mask, some people would just don't show their face on their channel. It was sort of like that.
So if you think of another creator who is in this maker space and who hasn't had the fortune yet of like making a video that's similar to somebody else's video and getting blessed by the algorithm, who just like feels a little bit stuck in their journey, what would you tell them?
I want to start by being very negative, because we have to be honest. Most channels, they never succeed, which is kind of horrible to say. And I'm not saying that because I think I'm better. I think I got very lucky in different occasions. I think I had good stuff from the start because, I'm good at what I do and I've learned to do it nice on camera. But so first, that's the baseline. You have to have something good for the world to show. But after that, even if it's good, it might never work. So I think the most important part is for you to first be okay. Will you be doing it? Will you keep doing it if it never works? And if not, maybe do something else, because it might never work. But you want to keep doing it, because if you don't keep doing it, it's never going to work. So you have to juggle this, that be okay, to keep doing the thing and to keep enjoying the thing, even if it's never going to take off. So that's like the sad part, which we have to talk about it, because I guess the fact that we are talking is the survivor bias, I think it's called, because you see the people who succeeded. You don't see the thousands of people who didn't. So I think it's important to look at that and to keep that in mind. And whether it's taking off or not, and that could mean a ton of different things, because I'm not like very successful. I make a living, but I'm not gonna like buy a new house or anything like that. There's plenty of like levels. So you also have to know, are you going to be able to mentally keep doing that during the good and the bad? You have to be passionate to do it, so people are interested in watching you, but also you have to really keep that passion and keep the spark alive, because facing criticism, facing low views, or just facing the fact that you have to keep doing that. And when you're finished, there's another one, and then another one. It's never going to be enough. It's never going to finish. So how can you yourself in your brain and in your passion can be able to make it work in time, like keeping it long term? Because it's going to be hard at some point. And if you lose the spark, you don't want to like lose your passion. Even after the video, you don't want, I don't want to not like creating at some point, because sometimes being exposed to the algorithm it's hard. It's hard to keep thinking about creativity and your passion in a marketing way, which is I hate marketing, but I have to think about it all the time. And this things also that you have to learn. It's not just the filming. You have to understand what people like and how to brand yourself and how to, I don't want you to know this, but I have to know it. And it's, I hate that. Try to not burn out, try to stay alive. And I think that's the most important part, is keeping your brain safe from, what was the question? Sorry, I think I went on a tangent.
Yeah. But it was perfect. It was just, what would you tell somebody who's like stuck on their creator journey, basically?
I would say, find a way to keep doing it, even if you don't get unstuck. And then, how to get unstuck? Make it better. Make it better. See what you actually like in others. See why. Try to analyze why you like somebody and not someone else. And try to implement that in what you are actually doing. Is it because they are super nice and you look like you are not nice? Well, try to be nicer on the camera. Is it because they are super interesting, super funny, super beautiful, super whatever? Which is, well, then maybe you can try to find a way to make that into your content. And it could be very different. It can be for different reasons, different people. But that's how you have to think about it in terms of branding and marketing and how you are presenting to the world, because you are competing with other on YouTube. So it's not just about the content. It's about how nice you are making it. But you have to have the content. If it's like empty, if you don't have anything interesting to say or to show, well, I'm taking that as a basis. Like, you have something to say or to show what you're talking about.
Yeah. So with that in mind, you are able to make a living off YouTube. You make fun projects, and you have a community that is quite supportive of what you do. I'm kind of curious, what does success actually look like to you? Where are you moving?
I think for now, like, for example, I didn't post anything in the summer. So obviously all my money went pew like that. But I decided that because I was comfortable enough, because I did kind of a lot of sponsors at the beginning of the year. So now that I have this base, how can I make it better, make more content, make bigger projects in a way that works with my brain and life? Because my goal, that, as I said, is to have enough money so I can hire an assistant that would take care of the marketing, like the social media. For example, I've uninstalled Instagram. I've removed Instagram from my life because it's not bringing me anything. So removing some parts because it was not bringing me anything but work, and focusing on YouTube and Patreon, which are my big thing. And now the rest would be nice, but it's extra. So the plan is, maybe at some point, if I have enough money, to pay my editor on every video and have someone work for me, maybe 1 or 2 days a month, or maybe more, I don't know, to work on the marketing and the like emails and all the stuff that is not the creative, so I can just do more creation constantly. That would be great. So that's my goal. No sports car or anything, just someone to take space in my brain, to give me space in my brain. Maybe I just need more therapy. That would help. We'll see.
I could listen to you for another hour. And
I could talk for 6 hours because I only talk about that with my like YouTube friends or people. Oh yeah, do you want another advice?
Yes, please.
That you didn't ask for. Okay, so YouTube and most long form, maybe like Twitch and stuff like that, it's very lonely, especially like you have zero connection. You don't even speak to anyone on YouTube. I don't know anyone on YouTube. I've never even emailed anyone on YouTube. That you are completely on your own. So I would highly recommend finding a way and a community of other people like you if you are taking this seriously. If you can find people like at your level who are in the same mindset of I want really to build something with YouTube. So you are not alone. You can share information, and also if they are at your level, you can share what's working, what's not working. Because if you are, I don't know, let's say your brother is Mr. Beast, or a giant creator in your niche that you really love. This person advice is maybe not applicable to you. What you want is advice from people who are at your level or not too far, who are having what are their problems and what are their success. And so that can apply to you. You don't want to copy someone who's very big, because it's a different situation. It wouldn't apply to you. So find community, find support, because even if you have support at home, I mean, my partner is great, but or the people close to me, my friends, they're great, but they might not understand my struggles when I rant about the algorithm or something. So find community, because it also really helps with mental health and not being alone in the bad times that are going to happen at some point. So,
but how did you find YouTube friends? How did you make those connections if you didn't email somebody?
At first, I found a few Discord groups related to my community that were opened, and with time, I realized some were for me, some were not. What were they saying? And after that, you just contact people. Don't DM Mr. Beast. I'm taking the same example because I've seen that mentioned. But don't email like a huge. Just talk to people who are kind of the same as you, because you are not fighting against each other. You are colleagues in the long form videos on YouTube. So just contact people and see if you can work together. Just have a little discussion, a little WhatsApp group, a little Discord.
Yeah.
So just contact them. We're all like lonely nerds. What's the worst that's gonna happen? They're not gonna answer. Okay. But maybe they will. Yeah. Be nice.
What I learned from this conversation is that Ariel started by sharing the process, not to get views. And if you give your community a canvas where they can express themselves, that can lead to some really unexpected results. But what I really love is that her version of success is very simple and very tangible. Simply to hire an assistant so she has more time to be creative. But Ariel also had a very hot take on shorts and if you should make them or not. And if you want, you can watch that video right here.